is continue to get reaction and analysis on the historical peace mission for the Russia-Ukraine war on the part of African leaders. Ziniko Mhlaba is in Pretoria. Place yourself for us, Ziniko, and tell us what your guest is insisting.
Well, Duduzile, we are making our way now to Johannesburg, but basically we just stepped into Volksburg, downtown Johannesburg, now to get a sense of how young people are viewing this whole mission and how it influences or how it can actually shake up the global community, especially the West, in terms of the common language used to refer to America and the European Union. I'm joined now by Lutfiyya. That's how I got it. I hope I got it correctly. Lutfiyya Dean from AASU. South African and other African leaders went to Ukraine, went to Russia. They were warmly welcomed there. How should the Western countries react? How do you think maybe that's shaken up by this?
Okay, thank you. So I do feel that, we've definitely shaken up the international arena. It's not every day that you find countries being able to go to Kiev in one moment and then the next thing to Russia. So we currently have a very pivotal position that we're in, and we need to leverage this to actually engage with both sides. And definitely we are seeing, Africa take the bait and say that we are not going to be bullied by Western powers. We are going to engage. We do push for diplomatic ties and we want to negotiate. However, we also want to, I think this is a very big lesson for Africa, in fact, that we need to also, move away from our dependency on the West, because economically we also do find ourselves in a position currently where, most of our economic trade ties are with Western countries, with Germany. If we look at AGOA, it's a very big loss for us in the long term to take a stance that is detrimental to our economy. And we currently have staggering unemployment rates, and as a young person and as a youth representative, for me that's crucial. So in as much as, we do have this indebtedness to Russia, we're currently in a very pivotal point between both countries. And it's up to us now to see where we're going to push them towards.
Where our bread is buttered. But that issue, I mean, if you are in America right now, President Biden, you're looking at how Ukraine is also welcoming and very positive towards the African leaders who were there, even though he didn't really commit to having conversation with Russia. How must he take forward? How must he reclaim his position in terms of being a global leader, especially when it comes to resolving Ukraine? Even though they have taken a very strong stance against Russia, should they consider having maybe a neutral position towards those countries? And what must be their next step now?
America's next step, or our delegation?
The Western next step, the European Union and America. What should be their next step after this visit?
Okay. So I truly, like I'm saying, I do think they are shaking in their boots right now, because we need to look at Africa and the, the trajectory of what international relations is becoming in the global southern. If we look at Brics specifically, how we've been, creating this growth in international development. So currently they are in this borderline of what do we do? And I think we need to leverage that once again, like I'm saying, and we need to urge support and economic development between the BRICS countries so that we can show America, we can show the West that indeed we are not going to be bullied, like I said, and we are going to develop our own trajectory away from that, because this has shaped a lot of the economic challenges we're facing right now. And I think Biden as a leader currently is in a very tight position in terms of how do you reassert yourself, how do you reaffirm yourself. Also, I think, in terms of Ukraine, they're also in a position where they're flip-flopping, if I could say, because one moment we are with the African leaders, the next we are saying, okay, the African leaders are with Russia. And like I said, our diplomatic ties with Russia go back to 1992, Mkonto where weapons, finance, military support. So it's a very integral relationship. And we do know that Putin has declared his unwavering support to the continent and her people of Africa. So it's currently very volatile. And I do think Biden and the West, which makes me very happy also to know as a young leader from Africa, currently are shaking.
Let's talk about the interest of France right now. France is in the global West, and of course they're very strong. They've got a very strong stance against Ukraine. They've got strong ties with the US and America. But now they want to, to some extent, create some ties with the African Union, with the Brics. Actually, wanting to have that conversation. To some extent, the reports are saying that they want to be invited for the Brics summit. Where does that put now the global community in terms of how they view Brics?